say Aya, which means hi in direct translation, or welcome, blessed arrival, Amatulia, or can you speak Elvish if they're greeting you and asking you if you can consult in their language. You might say Ma istel quite Eldorin. If you want to say I can speak Elvish, you would say Istan quite Eldorin. If someone asked what is your name, you would say Man Iselian Na. Nanya means my name is, and this is the way you would answer it. If you were going to end the conversation and leave on a positive manner, you might say Sa isa omen tian lei, which means pleasure meeting you. In response, the elf might say Han tan yel, which means I thank you, or Han tan yel aren yalo, which means I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Some side notes about Elvish: sometimes they use informal and formal greetings. For instance, Gisualen means I greet you, but that's informal. If I said Lisualen, that means I greet you, but formal. So sometimes, depending on the situation, just like other languages, there can be informal and formal situations. These are just some very small basics of the language of Elven, spoken in Tolkien's Middle-earth. What's amazing is the thought that Tolkien's universe, in a way, was developed around the phonetics and languages that he created. If you would like to know more about the Elven languages, you can read manuscripts Parma Eldalemberon and the Vinyar Tangwar, which were written by Tolkien himself. Learning Elvish is very in-depth and is a very deep subject. I myself haven't had the time to fully study it, and disclaimer, forgive my pronunciation, I'm not an expert.
For more on Elvish, subscribe to Chase and Josh, Fact or Fantasy Podcast.
I would love to hear from you and hear your pronunciation on some of the Elven language in Quenya and Sindarin. Also, what are your thoughts on the Elven language? A thought that's always come to mind is it's amazing how Tolkien's universes have developed from the languages he created. If you would like to know more about fantasy fiction such as Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, The Witcher, subscribe to Chase and Josh Factor Fantasy Podcast. The link is in the bio, or you can subscribe to Ridiculous Patronus on YouTube. Thank you, everyone. Have a magical week.